All right, so here is the day that the ice storm is supposed to come. It's freezing outside, but it's not doing anything yet. Sheldon's barking because I have the door open. So I will keep everybody posted. I hope that if you guys are in the middle of the storm, you have everything you need. Everything is charged, blankets to keep you warm. And we're just gonna pray for the best.
The door's open.
See you in a little bit. So I got some chili going in the crock pot just so that we'll have something to eat.
And we won't have gas.
I'm boiling some water, gonna drink some tea. I'm trying to stay healthy because it's cold and I don't want to get sick. And look at little mama. There's a little grate there where the heat comes out, and that's where she likes to sit to keep her little booty warm. Her little booty. Her little booty. All right, I'll be checking in later. Hey everyone. So there is nothing going on outside right now. They say maybe tomorrow and, well, tonight and then all day tomorrow. So I'm just trying to whip up a little sweet dessert with what I have on hand. Have some of that, a couple bananas. So it's gonna be a really small banana pudding, but it'll be delicious. I'll show you when I have it all together. Alrighty, so here's the finished product. It's just a little one with the leftovers in the house, but that goes to show you that you don't have to go out shopping all the time for new things. Use what you have in your pantry. I had this leftover from Christmas. Yeah, well, yeah, I had everything in the cupboard from Christmas. Obviously, you have to have milk in the house, and yeah. But so now we have something sweet to eat for later. So yay! I'll be back. Alright, so I cooked up a little breakfast this morning. Some homemade biscuits, bacon, grits, eggs, some coffee. I'll show you what it looks like outside. We just got a little bit of snow and a little bit of ice. What you think, Shale? Sheldon didn't want to go outside and do his turds today. But he went outside and did his tinkles. Right, Shale? Alright, here's what we're working with. And I am moving so slow because I'm pretty clumsy and I don't want to break a hip. Alright, I got Mr. Shell out here because Roxy is too little for this kind of life. Right, Shell? Shell doesn't want to be in this kind of life. Look at him. Come on, Shell, let's go down. Hold on, guys. Shell. Come on, Shell. Come on. Come on, Shell. You just got to do a little pee. Come. Come on, Shell. Sheldon doesn't like to pee inside on pee pads. He just will not do it because he was raised in Florida and he didn't know to do it. Go pee-pee, Shell. Bless his heart. Go potty, you get treat. Go ahead. So we got a little dusting, but it's quite icy and we're supposed to get some more later. So yeah, this is what it is, but we still have power, praise God. So everything is good at the moment. Here's the front of the house. They said that we didn't get snow, but I mean, this looks like snow to me. I grew up in New York and this looks like snow. So yeah, but there's definitely like ice or something like that underneath it. Yep, but the sky looks like something else is definitely coming. Hey everyone, so it is Sunday here. I'm gonna put all the videos, my little winter vlog snowstorm video. I'll show you all those clips first. So yeah, it came, and you know, thank God it wasn't as bad as they predicted, but you know, you never know. I mean, I lived in Florida where there were hurricanes. Well, first of all, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Bobby. I like to do vlogs, some Christian chit chat, testimonies, going here and there, visiting antique stores, things like that. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. You know what? If you guys are subscribed to me, I don't even know. Are you allowed to hype the video? Because I hear other YouTube people say that if you hype the video, it'll help get your video out there, and it's free. So if you see the hype, I don't even know. Maybe I don't have enough subscribers to have a hype, but if you do see a hype, if you could hype me, that would be so nice of you. So anyway, getting back to weather and storms and all that. So of course, you know, I grew up in New York where we had snowstorms and things like that. And I don't know if it's because those were the days like before social media, or I was just, you know, a kid. But I mean, I lived up there till I was about probably 23 years old, so I just don't remember them hyping the weather so much. That, like, you know what I mean? They put so much fear, which I get it, you know, because it could get bad, you could lose power, all the things. But if you just sit there and look at it constantly, and now usually I don't, because I lived in Eastern North Carolina where there were hurricanes. I lived through them, you know, all the stuff. Then I moved to Florida, again, living through hurricanes. So I'm kind of like used to, you know, the extreme weather type of stuff. But this time, and I usually try not to keep, I mean, of course, I look at it, but, you know, not to the extreme. But this time, my youngest son actually picked a weekend to visit, which was this past weekend where he was supposed to fly here. So I was paying particular, you know, everyday checking just to see, like, should he come, should he not come, should he cancel? So he canceled, of course, and thank God they let him cancel. They didn't take any of his money because he didn't pay for the insurance, but being that it was like a state of emergency, they let him cancel for free, which was great. So he's going to reschedule it for sometime later this month. But with that said, I kept looking at the weather, and man, they really made it seem like it was going to be epic. It was going to be, I mean, you know, I get it. They have to warn us, but man, you know, they made it seem like it was like, no doubt, your lights are going to go out no matter what. We're going to lose power. There's going to be 500, it's going to be like almost 500 pounds on the power lines and all this. And yeah, that didn't happen, which I'm grateful for. Don't get me wrong. I am grateful for it. But I was just thinking about, I don't know, like the old elderly people who might be sitting there and they may live alone or something. And I'm quite sure they're watching the weather all the time, and man, they just, if you have a nerve problem or an anxiety problem, you probably shouldn't of course, keep your eye on the weather. You know, you want to be safe, obviously, but man, if you keep on looking at that weather constantly, they do use some scare tactics. People were going into the stores just going crazy. I mean, obviously, we don't live in Antarctica, number one. So we live in the South where, yes, you know, there could be this situation, which it did, you know, we had ice, we had little snow, but we're not going to be stuck in the house for a month. I mean, eventually we're going to be able to get out. It's not like we live in Iceland where it's going to be below zero for weeks and weeks and weeks. And people were just so fearful buying. So, I mean, come on. Like, I was thinking, like I was telling to my husband, I'm like, if that were the case and if something crazy happened where we were stuck in the house, I don't know, let's say 3 days. If you weren't prepared with things cooked or whatever. I mean, you can live off of canned corn and crackers. You know what I mean? But I was just reading social media posts and people were saying how they spend so much money because they went to the store and they bought all this extra stuff that they didn't need. It's just things like that, you know. Wow. I mean, I made sure that I was prepared, but I didn't spend all this extra money on things that were like unnecessary. But anyway, so I hope that wherever you are, that you're safe, you're warm, you have food, you have power. If you don't have power, you have blankets or fireplaces or something to keep you warm. That's one thing that I don't have. I don't have an alternate heat source, which I'm probably going to have to look into that, whether it be, you know, now that we finally moved into this house, maybe a propane, what do they call it? Like the portable generator things that, you know, at least I could keep my refrigerator on, my heat on. I think those are the most important thing. Not even really well, yeah, the refrigerator is important, but the heat, you know, is probably the most important. Or like during hurricane season, even though I don't live by the coast anymore, to keep the AC on, that's important too, because I've lived through hurricanes, and the worst one that I lived through was Hurricane Fran. I think that was 1996 or 7. And actually it's when well, matter of fact, it was 1996 because I was pregnant with my youngest son. And it came through when I was living in Eastern North Carolina as a Category 3. And we were out of lights, water, and everything for, I think it's like close to 2 weeks. And my other 2 kids were small, and I mean, you know, it was something. But we, you know, we survived. You survive, you figure it out. But yeah, that really did some destruction. And I was fairly new coming from New York, so that kind of scared me. I was kind of thinking like, what are you doing, Bobby? Like, where did you move yourself? What did you get yourself into, type thing? But anyway, I hope that everybody is having a blessed Sunday, and I'm gonna be back in another video, a separate video. This is just gonna be primarily about the storm, and then I'll be back in another, I have a little testimony video that I'll be back in, all right? So I will see you next time, guys. God bless and be safe.